Hi, welcome to SBR Sports Picks. My name is Peter Loshak. His name is Jimmy the Bag. This is Loshak in the Bag show for Thursday afternoon, April 12th. We don't really have time to make any look what the cat dragged in jokes because we do have a 6 o'clock MLB game coming up. Of course, we have the NBA playoffs. Jimmy the Bag, have you had time to look into the playoffs?
I've just had a quick chance to look over it, and I want to lock in the Celtics -4 immediately.
Really?
Immediately.
You mean before we even talk about MLB? Before we even talk about any
That is just absolutely ridiculous.
Are you serious? You want right now? Immediately. Okay. Oh my God.
It
okay.
is absolutely
well, you got it.
Ridiculousness.
You got it, Jimmy the
that
Bag.
this Bucks team with no paint presence whatsoever could beat any team that's in the playoffs, let alone a Celtics team who facing adversity. We've seen them handle adversity all year. 4 points.
Wow.
They're going to trash this Milwaukee Bucks team.
Wow. Starting things off, we can do you a half better. We can give you at the Greek 3.5 -115. How about that?
That is a gift,
right? You think so?
That is a
Jim?
fucking gift.
Wow.
What? Oh God! Just the market's going to change. You'll only be able to get 5.5s by tip off.
You
in
think
in
so?
48 hours.
Wow, Jimmy the Bag jumping right in, locking in Celtics -3.5 -115. That's the current line at the Greek. All right. Wow. Okay. Wow. Locking into play, not on the 6 o'clock MLB game, but on the Celtics -3.5. We can give that one to you, Jimmy the Bag. All right, let's pop in. Let's pop out the chat here to see for any other comments. Jim, of course, is a trooper. Jim was sick in the morning show, but he's coming back from the afternoon show. You know what I'm saying? That's like when a guy gets injured in NBA. He's out for the first quarter, but then he comes back in the second half or something like that. And like a trooper, Jimmy the Bag.
Something is fucking wrong. Something is wrong. It's not a flu. It's not a cold.
No.
It's not food poisoning. Something is wrong.
Really?
Something's fucking wrong. I will go get blood tests.
Really?
Something's fucking wrong.
It's not food poisoning?
It's not food poisoning. It's not a cold. It's not a flu. But something's fucking wrong.
Could it be just that you can't handle success in NHL? Could that be it?
No, I wish.
Yeah, is that what it is?
I fucking wish.
Is that what you just are not prepared, like a child star who becomes famous at 8 years old, not prepared to handle a 6% ROI in NHL publicly? Too much for your system, Jim?
Another thing was I could not break down these 5 games and also put on a jersey to honor the Humboldt Broncos and just know that our thoughts are all with that inspiring group of young men that we care about so much.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, all right. So let's get to some quick comments here, and then we'll move into MLB. Well, let's just very quickly before we get to the comments, let's just quickly last second talk about the 6 o'clock MLB game. It is Detroit and Cleveland. Dan Kelly let us know that the ump in this game is a ridiculous over trender over the past bunch of years. I'm going to pass on this one. Cleveland is just a team that we've talked about. We haven't had it's a little bit tough to read, to put exactly where their lineup is. Is it a good lineup? Is it a great lineup? Is it a bad lineup? Is it an average lineup? Gotten a bunch of opinions saying that it's an overrated lineup. I'm going to pass on this one. Jimmy the Bag, you want to lock into play in Cleveland, Detroit, or pass?
No, I'm passing on this game. I just because it started so soon, I wanted to make sure I had every other baseball game capped and all the hockey games completely capped. So I'm leaving this game out of it.
Okay, so a pass for Jimmy the Bag on Detroit, Cleveland. Pass for me as well. And Jimmy quickly locks in Celtics -3.5 -115. Let's get back to some. Let's get to some comments here. Dylan Sema likes the under in that game. Zigzag Man likes the under. Alex Mabry cashed on the Pirates. Yes, congratulations to all the people in the morning show who said they were liking the Pirates. I said that I was leaning Cubs, and I did actually bet the Cubs -1. Average sample size. That was obviously very much the wrong play. King Rail took the Pirates. Nice job, King Rail. I would say that about 2/3 of the people in the morning show were saying the Pirates had value, and then a few people were saying that they were leaning Cubs, but it was clear that the chat box in the morning show was leaning Pirates, and they were all correct. And a bunch of people cashed on that one. Congratulations! I did not give an official pick on that one. I did give a bet on the Cubs and lost it, but that's okay. Let's see. Alan Action says, "Hey Pete, would you ever make a wager where if you lost, you would shave your head and stash?" Yes, maybe. I'd have to think about that. I'd have to think about long-term implications. I'd have to consult with SBR Hires Up, and I'd have to consult with my career gurus that I consult with, who give me career advice. And that's what I would have to do. The answer is yes. A hesitant yes. Alan Action. It's not off the table. Not off the table. Okay, Captain Insano. People seem to be liking under. I'm going to pass asking Tigers, Indians in 10 minutes. Anyone have an opinion? And I believe that Native Queen in the morning show said that she also liked, don't quote me on this one, but I believe she said that she liked Indians to score first in this game. She definitely liked Cubs to score first, and I believe that one was I think that one was a loser, actually. Yeah. Or no, maybe I can't remember. I can't remember exactly what Native Queen said this morning, but I'm sure she'll be in here today and give us some first inning plays that have been cashing like a motherfucker since all MLB season long. Let's see, what else do we have here? Gerald Martinez says, so awesome to have Jimmy back right before these hockey games. Yes, I agree, absolutely. Tony Soprano coming off a big $10,000 casher
nice.
in the Pittsburgh
nice.
Penguins game. He says, don't forget, Pete, I also have $10,000 on the Devils to win this series. Okay, Paisan, wish me luck. I do wish you luck, Tony Soprano. And so a lot of people were saying, like, I can't believe that Pete believes that Tony Soprano's bet size is 10,000. I actually don't believe it, Jim. I think it's more. I think it's more, and he's just like doesn't want to make us feel embarrassed.
It will be more if he keeps cashing like last night,
I think he's like $10,000. Just let him know. I think it's more like 25. Or 50.
I think Tony's going to take great care of us in Vegas.
Yeah. I think it's a little bit more than $10,000, people. That's just my own personal opinion. All right, Randy H says too much ROI for the system. Yes. Art Hayes says came back like Jordan in the fourth. Absolutely, Art Hayes. Let's see. What else do we have here? J Peach saying, Jim, get your fiber intake up. Okay. Yes, fiber very important. J Peach, get your fiber intake up. Yes. Whole grains, organic vegetables are great fiber. Carrots, Jimmy the Bag, absolutely. We'll be giving Jim more health advice all show long, I'm sure. Let's see. Kyle Fergus says, Jimmy, it's Kyle from Portland. Kyle Fergus, shout out to Kyle Fergus.
Man. Respect.
Yes. Let's see. What else do we have? Here? And Scotty Rock Forever says, I took the under 8.5. So everyone who made a bet on that Detroit game seems to be liking the under.
Yeah. I'm not. I need to break these games down fully to give reasonable, legitimate.
And here it is, Native Queen, Cleveland to score first. Yes, that's what. Cleveland to score first. Yes, that's right. That's what I thought. Native Queen likes Cleveland to score first, which I think would be about even money, roughly or so. No score in the first inning, and under 3 her first on 3. I don't know what that means, but Native Queen clearly likes Cleveland to score first and no score in the first inning. Okay, what else do we have? Let's see. What else do we have? And Alan Action says, "LOL, get that Metamucil going." Okay. What the hell is Metamucil? I have a feeling I don't want to know. Native Queen likes the Cleveland first 5 under and the game under. Okay. Native Queen jumping in the boat with lots of people liking the under. And G8 Passkey says, try nootropics, Jimmy. Okay, maybe try some nootropics. Let's see. Predictions guy says, Loshak, give Jimmy some of your prune juice. That could happen. I mean, Jimmy. Or some lean. I mean, Jimmy seems a little bit young to have to be relying on prune juice, but who knows?
No, no problem dumping.
Hey, some people, look, if you're in your fucking 20s, maybe you need some prune juice anyway. Prune juice never killed anyone in their 20s. You know what I'm saying?
No,
go for it, baby. I highly recommend it. I've been drinking prune juice for the past 5 or 6 years, and it has really improved my lifestyle. I can tell you that. So I would recommend that, even to all the millennials out there, even to all the millennial watchers. I would recommend prune juice. Mix it with a little Courvoisier and lean. Beautiful. All right, what else do we have here? Elio Rodriguez loves Cleveland. Okay, right. Sorry. Okay, Native Queen's hits plus errors plus runs prop. Okay, right. Okay.
She's no joke, man. She's all business.
No, she's no joke, and she's really honing in on those props that you can't. It's hard to get $50,000 on a hits plus errors plus runs prop, but if that is around where your bet size is, $500 here and there, that can be some of the best value in betting baseball. Absolutely. Okay. Native Queen hits plus runs plus errors prop. Let me see what she said. So that was under 3. Okay, the under 3 hits plus runs plus errors in the first inning. Native Queen likes Cleveland to score first and no score in the first inning, and the under 3 hits plus runs plus errors prop in the first inning. And thankfully, Dan Kelly is tracking Native Queen's picks, which I would have guessed that she was doing really well. I would not have guessed 14-2-2, Jim.
That's
That's
absolutely
unbelievable.
incredible.
It's unfreaking believable. Not a shock, but unbelievable. It's
Unbelievable.
unfriggin'
And we are
believable.
very thankful.
Yes,
to have
very
her
thankful
on our team.
Very thankful. Okay, JP says, I'm definitely on fire in MLB. Let's see, what else do you have? Brian Watson says, Tony, thanks for Pittsburgh. Okay, let's see, what else do we have? What else do we have here? And I guess that's about it. I guess we can move on, right, Jim?
Let's fucking do this, man.
That's right. Okay, we'll talk about the NHL after we quickly touch on MLB. Jim, I did give some MLB plays in the morning show. I don't know how much you looked into baseball, but I can tell you what I bet and what I gave. I did give Washington -1 at home over Colorado. I did give the Yankees team total over 4.5, Jim, and I also gave the Yankees on the second half at -115. I did give the White Sox second half +115, and I did give the second half under in San Francisco, San Diego at 3.5 -130. I think that's a solid group of plays. You know, I might sweep. If I don't sweep, that's fine. I have a feeling I'm going to come out positive a little bit once again, unless between now and the end of this show I throw on 5 more ill-advised plays and wind up losing all those. But I think those are 3 or 4 or 5 solid plays in MLB today. Again, Washington -1, Yankees team total over, Yankees second half, White Sox second half, and San Francisco, San Diego under 3.5 -130. Those are 5 solid plays in my opinion, Jim. What do you like here, Jim?
Worries me. I'm against you in a couple. Worries me. But first off, just really quickly, Lou H is at the window right now. He's liking Caps over 5.5 at +100, and I just can't. I like them having. We're going to hit this game later, but I like Grubauer being in net.
Yeah.
I think Bobrovsky has looked terrible in lots of very important moments, and I can't back. I'm not going to take the over in that, but.
Yeah, I was. People were just talking about that in the morning show as well, and I'm like, I'm telling you, Jim, I'm smelling like a 3-1, 4-1 type win for the Caps tonight.
Exactly. I know, but I'm not taking the under, but I'm taking the Caps to win by goal and a half. So I just can't vouch for really either side there because I could even see a 4-2 situation. But
if you gave me a free bet, I think I would throw it on the under. Free bet, over or under, I think I would probably throw it on the under.
I think I would probably too, but I'm not going to. I'm much more comfortable with the Caps on the puck line. Okay, first off, we'll start off with I'm on the Rockies tonight. The brawl brings teams together. We know that Rockies smash lefties. Gonzalez has had a really nice start, but Rockies snapped a 3-game win streak by being a team. I know it was against the last place Padres, but that's what teams do. They come together in brawls and they turn their season around. Bettis has looked good through 10 2/3, better than I expected him. 2.53 ERA, 1.41 WHIP, 7 Ks, 6 walks. I mean, obviously that's not very good. His WHIP's not very good, but Gonzalez has looked excellent. And we know who hits lefties. It's these Rockies. Now, he's been good against the Rockies, 4-0, 3.58 ERA in his career, but these guys smash lefties, and Nationals just put Adam Eaton on the DL. They're not as strong as they were. Zimmerman's doing nothing. I think there's a lot of value here on Colorado, and I'm going to take him on the money line.
Okay, Jim's taking Colorado on the money line. Ain't nothing wrong with little head-to-head action, Jimmy the Bag. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's for damn sure. We'll definitely line shop and find you the best line right here. Colorado money line with Bettis. Let's see what we can give you. We can give you 169 at Heritage. We'll give you that one. How about that one? Plus 169 at Heritage, Jim. All right, and I'm on Washington -1. What else are you liking, Jimmy the Bag?
I'm on the Red Sox tonight. I think this is a bounce-back year for Porcello. Gray is not looking very good. Teams are coming off a very emotional 10-7 win. Bench is cleared twice. Gray's looked okay so far, but 1.60 WHIP. Already walked 5 guys in 10 innings. 1-4 with a 4.93 ERA and 6 starts against the Red Sox. 0-2 with a 6.75 ERA and 3 starts at Fenway. He does not look like the kid we remember on the A's. Benintendi had the night off last night. He's going to be ready to rock. He's 4 for 6 against Gray with a homer. Martinez 3 for 7 with the homer. Moreland 6 for 25, but 4 homers. Mookie Betts and Holt Bradley Jr. don't hit well off him. Red Sox are hitting 261, 769 OPS. I'm excited. I love that Porcello's pitching well. I love it. I love when pitchers can bounce back from adversity. And he's always pitched the Yankees hard. And the Yankees' big bats don't touch him. Judge 1 for 10. Sanchez 1 for 8. I like this. I like this spot, and I like the Red Sox on the money line.
Okay, we can give you plus 104. We're not totally head-to-head here. I'm only on the Yankees second half, Jim, and I kind of agree with you. I'm very nervous about Gray here. I think he might get hit, and I'm only on the Yankees second half, and I am on the Yankees team total over. I wasn't going to be on it. It's just I got 4.5 minus 109, and I was like, look, come on. You're in Fenway Park. You got that lineup. You got 9 innings guaranteed, and your team total is only 4.5. I mean, I had to take it, Jim.
I was close to taking the over in this spot, but I just because of what we've seen the last couple of days, I knew that was affecting how I was looking at the total in this game, so I felt more comfortable not doing it because I bet you I'd love to see what the numbers are, but I bet you a ton of public money's on the over after what we saw last
Yeah,
week.
you know, the line has moved in the over's favor. It opened at 9 plus 104 at Pinnacle. Now it's up to a 9 minus 115. So there's some back and forth here. You know, there's some back and forth, but yeah, I would lean over as well, but I'm not going to take it. I'm just going to take the Yankees team total over, and I just took it because I got 4.5 at a minus 109 line. All right, Jimmy the Bag. What else are you liking here, Jim?
I think that Jose Barrios is going to have an excellent start.
Yeah.
A very, very good start. He clearly explained what went wrong with his changeup in the last game. And I feel, but I wasn't entirely sure what move to make knowing this. I looked at the White Sox team total under at 3.5. And I just feel like Barrios is going to have a great start. The Twins are feeling good about themselves after taking 2 of 3 from the defending World Series champions. Barrios has faced the White Sox 4 times and just completely shut them down. 3-1, 2.13 ERA, struck out 31 over 25 and a third. White Sox snapped their 5-game home losing streak in the weakest fashion possible, beating the Rays 2-1. Coming back late, I guess, is nice. The White Sox have a lot of hope for Giolito. How do you see Giolito moving forward? I don't know.
I mean, when he shows signs that he can get his control under control, I'm going to buy her on him. Until then, I'm not.
I don't know. He's going to be a good pitcher in this league. I don't know if he's going to be a great pitcher.
Right.
They obviously have a ton of hope. They traded Adam Eaton for him, but he's not looked good so far this year. And I mean, the White Sox are hitting 783 OPS this year. I don't want to take minus 3.5, or sorry, the under 3.5 with the White Sox team total under. But I will take.
Well, I was very, very close to taking the first 5 innings team total under for the White Sox. I agree with you. I think Barrios is going to have a good start.
What is that?
It's a little bit steep there. It's 2 minus 135 at Pinnacle. I mean, at Heritage right now. Pinnacle has 2 minus 139. But I think I think that's a decent play. I think if Barrios is off, he gets crushed. But I think if he's on, you're looking at 0 or 1 run.
I agree with you. I think that is a good play. I think that's a good play. But I mean, did you take it?
No, I'm just leaning. I took the White Sox on the second half. I did take that one, but I might take it here while you make your decision. I'm thinking, Jim.
Well, I am going to take the Twins on the run line.
Okay.
But I might, if you think that that's a move to take, I think I might ride with you. The White Sox they're hitting. They're not hitting for a nice average 245, but a 783 OPS. I mean, if that carries through the whole season, they're going to be they're going to make the wild card.
Yeah.
They're not going to keep that up, and that just makes me a little uncomfortable.
Okay, we'll get some comments. It is borderline just because minus 135. I mean, if it does lose, I don't really want to throw away a unit and plus. I'm doing well in MLB, Jim. It's just these kind of like late irresponsible plays. Like I had a great day in MLB, and then late I threw on 2 team total overs with Oakland. Bam, hit myself with negative 3 units here.
Yeah.
I hate to have a day where I'm like, up 2.8 units, and then because of that, bam, now all of a sudden I have to take off a unit and a half. You know what I'm saying? I don't really want to do that, but I agree with the handicapping. I think Barrios is going to have a good start. And
I think he's going to have a great start.
Yeah,
so if I really believe that, I should follow through and take the White Sox first 5 team total under. I should. He explained it perfectly, what went wrong. And when you see a guy throw a complete game and dominate and then get lit up and then explain exactly what went wrong, you know that everything's working, the battery's working. And
All right. I'll do it. First 5 innings, under 2, minus 135. That's an official pick for me. Jesus Christ, Jimmy the Bag.
I'm on it.
Fuck. You want it too?
Yeah.
All right, Jimmy the Bag. We're both on it. White Sox, first 5 innings, under 2, minus 135. That's the current line at Heritage. And you also want the White Sox on the run line, huh, Jim?
I do. I mean, what would I get with
Minnesota on the run line?
Yeah, I do. I
Plus
like
103 is what we would give you.
Okay, I do. I'm going to take that. I can understand here who is on the Twins' first 5 minus a half. CC Fitness. Great capper. I like that play. What do you get for that?
For the first 5 innings run line, let me see.
No, but minus a half.
Right, that's what I mean. Minus a half. Well, let me just here. Let me just see. Let me tell you what you could get at Pinnacle right now. See, this is the problem. I was like, well, maybe I'll take Minnesota on the first 5 innings. Minus 220 at the Heritage, right? And then the minus a half line is minus 145.
Okay, I'm comfortable where I stand. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, if Barrios gives up 3 runs in the first 5 innings, I would not want to be sitting there with Minnesota minus a half at minus 145. You know what I'm saying?
You're absolutely right. Yeah, I'm comfortable with the spot I'm in for sure. And then how early are these games? Because there's the 7 o'clock games I would like to hammer in NHL. Well, have we passed the 7 o'clock games in baseball?
We have done. Okay, so here we go. There's 6:30 St. Louis, Cincinnati. You want to touch that one? I'm going to pass on that one, Jim. St. Louis, Cincinnati, 6:30. Very, very, very slight lean to the first 5 innings over 5, but I don't think I can pull the trigger on that one. Jimmy the Bag. That's the one at 6:40 Eastern time.
Yes, I'm with you. I thought about the over. I mean, when you look at what Wacha and Romano have done this year, it screams over, but their bats are so quiet.
Yeah.
That it's uncomfortable, and the wind didn't help either, if I remember correctly.
I do expect Wacha to maybe improve, and as I said in the morning show, Romano's a guy with a sinker ball, and those sinker ballers, you know, when they're on, they are unhittable. You know what I'm saying? So if Romano is off, probably St. Louis touches him for 3 or 4 runs in the first 5 innings. But if he's on, then you're probably going to have to get all 5 runs just for a push with Cincinnati, and I'm not sure if that's going to happen. So,
but Romano's got 3 Ks and 5 walks through 11 innings, so I'd be shocked to see him just flip a switch here. Yeah. But this is the right offense to do it against. This St. Louis offense is doing very little. 235, 677 OPS, 209 with runners in scoring position. They've struck out 114 times in 12 games. Mm-hmm. So this is the right offense to feel comfortable with. I'm leaving this off.
Yeah, I'm passing on that game. You know, you don't definitely have to bet every game by any means. All right, so St. Louis, Cincinnati, 6:30. Jim's going to pass, and I'm going to pass on that one as well. Colorado, Washington. I'm on Washington -1. Jim's on Colorado moneyline plus 169. We're going head-to-head. Yankees and Boston game. I'm on the Yankees team total over and the Yankees second half, and Jim is on Boston on the first half. So on the full game moneyline. So we are kind of going head-to-head, but not directly. White Sox, Minnesota. I took White Sox second half. Jim took Minnesota run line, but we both took the White Sox first 5 innings team total under 2 minus 135. Angels KC, Tropeano against Kennedy. You have anything to say about that one, Jim?
Well, yeah, I mean, I got a lot to say, but I'm not. I think that Tropeano is going to be a good pitcher. Mm-hmm. I think Ohtani is going to slow down, obviously. But Tropeano missed the entire 2017. He struck out 7 in 3 2/3. It's for Salt Lake on Friday, just saying, look, I'm ready to go. Yeah. He looked great before he got hurt. 3-2, 3.56 ERA and 13 starts. The Angels lead the league offensively. Royals are 1-4 at Kauffman. Lost 7 of 10. Ned Yost, living in a dream world, he said it's the best I've ever felt. 3-7. He said that in his whole life. He said, "I just feel good about this team. I feel good about what we have."
God, do you know what? I would kill for that ability to have to totally fuck up in life and to live in a dream world and be like, everything's great.
My dad says that's my biggest fault and my biggest plus is the cup's always half full. I'm always even in the shittiest of spots. I'm like, hey, this mac and cheese tastes pretty goddamn good.
No, I think that I would kill for that skill, Jim.
It's a detriment when you're trying to be a success at times, you know. But in the long run, it helps.
And also, I mean, all the situations of life. The whole point of having good situations of life is to make you happy. So if you're happy in any situations, fuck it. Who cares? You don't even need it. You don't even need situations. You're happy no matter what. That's awesome, Jim.
Well, I've had a lot more lows than highs, but I'm 38 right now. I'm very thankful to be sitting in the seat. Kennedy's been incredible. Ian Kennedy has been incredible this year, shockingly.
Yes.
13 Ks, too. I love it. I love when these vets step up after real tough years, holding opposing batters to 186 in his first 2 starts, not allowed a home run. This guy, 34 last season, 33 in 2016, 1-4 with a 4.42 ERA in 7 career games against Angels. But last year, this was the only team he locked down, 2-0, 0.64 ERA. Kinsler is expected back. None of these guys have had success against Kennedy. Pujols, Trout, Upton. Royals are hitting just 222, 614. I can't take that, but yeah, I mean, I don't know what to do with this game. I'm just leaving it off.
All right. I am, look, I've been going to this well game in and game out and cashing with it, sometimes at the expense of other plays, but Angels second half, I've just been going to that well and going to that well over and over and friggin' over again. And, I think I'm going to do it again. It's a little bit of I like this one a lot less than all the Angels second halves that I took at Texas. But it's just KC. KC, is there any reason to believe that KC isn't terrible right now, Jim?
They're just a terrible baseball. Don't listen to Ned Yost.
Yeah.
They're a terrible baseball team.
All right, it's a little bit pricey, but I'm going to take LA Angels second half minus 140. At some point, I'm going to get burned by doing this over and over again, but I did it in the Texas series, cash every game, and I'm going to do it one more time here against KC. We'll see how it turns out. And then San Francisco, San Diego, I took the second half under 3.5 minus 130. I like that one. I'd be leaning under as well, except the two starting pitchers obviously come with a lot of questions, but I'd have a slight lean to the under as well. Jimmy the Bag, that's the last game on the MLB card. You want to play on that one, Jim?
I think Brian Mitchell's trash. The wind is blowing in strong. That's why the line's at 8. I mean, initially I was like, man, why is this line so low? What am I missing? Of course, the wind's blowing in starting at 13 miles an hour, then going down to 10. Padres are 20-9 against San Francisco over the last year and a half. I think that'll stop. Stratton's never looked good to me. I'm surprised he was such a high draft pick. I'd never seen him as 20th overall in 2012. But he's looked okay so far, 10 and a third, 7 Ks, 4 walks, 4.35 ERA. I don't know how Mitchell stayed out of trouble through these 2 starts. And they talk about his last start as if it was really good. Guy's got 1 K and 9 walks. They like the way his fastball's locating. These teams are hitting terribly, Giants especially. 237, 646, Padres 233, 697. I don't know. I don't know what to do with this game. My feeling is that they could still go over, but I don't trust these bats and the wind coming in. I just, David Morrissey says San Francisco under, love it. That might be the
the full game under?
Yeah, full game
under.
under.
I'm leaning full game under as well. I might tweet that one out as a 10 o'clock game. I did give the second half under 3.5 minus 130, and I would also vaguely agree that not necessarily I like San Diego here to win the game if the odds were even, but I'm not totally seeing why they should be now a plus 134 dog at UWager. Line is creeping up. Some significant action coming in on the Giants. The Giants opened at minus 117 at Pinnacle, now all the way up to minus 141 at Pinnacle. So that is a 24-cent move at Pinnacle on a road favorite. I don't quite see it, but I respect it.
I think they see it. I think they're just looking at Mitchell's stats and saying that he's been very fortunate to have a 4-point. He's got a 1.88 whip.
I mean, yeah, his results so far have been terrible. He showed some promise in the minors, has not been able to make it translate into the majors at all, and comes with question marks. All right, I'm just going to take the second half under on this one and leave it at that, Jimmy the Bag.
Oh, I can't wait to get in this NHL card.
All right, let's get to it. First, let's get to a couple comments. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Let's just see. Let's see. Scotty Rock Forever says Stratton's a good pitcher, though. He isn't terrible. Alan Action says Padres bullpen, even without Yates for a while, is above average.
I see that. I think that's true.
What?
That their bullpen is better than people will think it is.
Yeah, sure. I'm taking the second half under on that one. Let's see. Elio Rodriguez took Padres -1. Okay, that's a ballsy play right there. Zigzag Man took Padres as his dog play. Very, very nice. Let me see. What else do we have? Here? Hold on one second. Let me see. I'm looking at comments here. Flipper likes the Angels second half as well. Flipper 13. Very nice. Let's see. What else do we have here? Comments coming in. Kevy K says, I need a good day today. Everyone agree Twins win. I mean, it's a big line, though. You know what I'm saying? It's a pretty fat line.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable. But...
Yeah. Let's see. Other comments. All right, people are already talking about the NHL. So I'll quickly just get to some NHL comments, and then we'll start with NHL. Cody AV says, under 6 in Leaf Bruins. I was leaning that way as well. We'll see what Jim has to say about that one. Khalif Lee says, I'm on the Bruins. We will talk about that one. Let's see. What else do we have here? I'm looking now only for Well, I guess I'm looking for all of them. Let me see. Kevy K. I tried capping these MLB games. Came away with Minnesota Twins -1.5 as my best play. Chris Summer likes the Sharks money line. We'll get to that. Let me just looking for Twate Nate says Barrios curve unhittable. Yeah, he's got nasty stuff when he's on. Absolutely, a guy I am absolutely not afraid to say has elite stuff. Let's see. Other comments. I'm just scanning. It's important to look for comments here, Jim. You know what I'm saying?
Of course, we need. Yeah,
we love these comments. Yes. Don't forget, Tony Soprano, $10,000 on New Jersey to win the series.
Can't wait to talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming he got like at worst 250, might have gotten 3-1. You know what I'm saying? So that's a fat score there, Jimmy. Imagine if the fucking NHL hockey team wins a fucking series and you win $30,000, $28,000, whatever the hell line. Wow, that is unbelievable. Just scanning for comments, and then okay, that is about it. Let's get into NHL. Jimmy the Bag, I'll tell you. We'll start with the 7:00 games, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Both of these games I did not have a play on. I had a play on all the others. Toronto, Boston. My sense was that Toronto's getting a little bit disrespected here, and I was going to maybe make a play on Toronto, either money line, either the first period money line, maybe the first period plus a half goal, something like that. I was also leaning under. And then New Jersey, Tampa Bay. I mean, Tampa Bay is a great team. Obviously, you don't want to overvalue how much New Jersey was better than they were in their head-to-head matchups during the regular season. So, I don't want to overreact to that. But New Jersey got to be getting disrespected here at least a little bit, right, Jim?
I agree. I do NHL playoff betting a little differently, sort of like you do college basketball with the holistic approach.
Yes.
I do not need to make game one bets unless I see a ton of value.
Sure.
Although, let's go with this Devils Lightning match. If I was not making picks that people I care about very much were following, I would, for fun, take the Devils in every game. This is a very dangerous matchup for the Lightning. And I like taking the Devils every game much more than taking Devils in the series. This Devils team is playing with the house's money. They swept the Lightning in 3 matchups this year. All were 1-goal games. Taylor Hall may win the Hart Trophy this year with 39 goals, 54 assists. Nikita Kucherov also has 39 goals. Devils have 3 other players with 25 or more goals. The Lightning, have 3 other players, 25 more. The Devils have 0. That should make the Devils much easier to shut down, obviously. The Lightning will have an easy game plan, right? Don't take any penalties. Have a forward shadowing Hall and have Hedman on the ice at all times. Hall's on the ice, right? So then I'm like, okay, but which forward? And then I look up at the Lightning and I go down their roster, and they're very small up front. This is going to be their downfall, and it's a mistake by Yzerman, and it's the reason why they will not win the Stanley Cup this year. They only have one forward on the roster that's taller than 6'1", and that's Nova Scotian Alex Killorn at 6'2", 198. Now, Taylor Hall is just 6'1", 200, but the Devils have 7 forwards on their roster taller than 6'1". They're going to push these guys around. They're going to bully this Lightning team. The Devils have had a playoff mindset for what, 5 weeks? 6 weeks? The Lightning did not look good over their last 6 weeks. The Lightning have the league's top scoring offense, but they have a penalty kill rate 27th in the league. They stopped only 76% of opponents. New Jersey's power play is great. That Willie Butcher that they got from college is a quarterback. He's a dominant, he's a great young defenseman. 10th in the NHL was their power play. The Devils also led the NHL with 12 shorthanded goals. Vasilevsky has not been playing well. I couldn't believe this when I went over. He was the Vezina winner through 2017. Save percentages, 927, 930, 943. And then in 2018, 916, 916, and 883. Keith Kincaid took over the starting job. And now you look at his numbers, they're not great, right? 26, 10, and 3 is great, but 2.77 goals against average, 913 save percentage. But something magical happens with a goaltender who they love in the dressing room and who they believe in. And the numbers don't even need to show it sometimes. And we did that. The Canucks did that with Kirk McLean in 94. His numbers weren't that good, but we loved him in the dressing room and we believed in him. And we went to Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals, even with a goalie with terrible numbers. The Lightning are in a very dangerous spot. And more so, the heavier I looked into it. The heavier I looked into it, I was like, man.
They're getting disrespected, these Devils, right?
They're getting terribly disrespected.
I mean, all right, so you want to say the Lightning are more likely to win this game? Fine. But how are you hanging a minus 200 on the Devils?
It's a mistake. The Devils are bigger, and that is a dangerous thing in the 7-game series. And not just a little bit bigger. They are so much bigger at forward. Now this is just at forward. The Lightning do have some big defensemen. And Hedman is the most important player probably in the series. He is. He's probably the most valuable player in the series. But their forwards are just tiny. If you believe in the Devils, if you have money on the Devils, you're in a very exciting spot.
Yeah, some interesting comments coming in here. Look at this. Sean Robertson. Don't know if I know a more in-depth NHL handicapper at Jimmy the Bag.
Oh, thank you, Sean.
Wow, there you go. That's a fucking comment. That's a
very,
compliment and a
very
half
kind.
right
Thank you
there.
very much.
Dom Ricci says Tampa Bay played sloppy. Tampa Bay can only win high-scoring games. Bad power play. Yes, Tampa Bay's strength, at least statistically in the regular season, was 5-on-5. They were very strong 5-on-5, which, Mohamed Joma just spitting it out. Tampa Bay is fraudulent. Mohamed Joma does not mince words when it comes to, misvaluations by the market. He said that about Carey Price. Now he's just flat out saying about Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is fraudulent. Everyone's liking the Devils here. I did suggest in the morning show that I was thinking about the Devils team total over 2.5 at +100. Justin Searcy likes Devils team total over 2.5.
I like that. That is a great play. That is a great play. Jordan Smith says I'm leaning Devils +1.5. You just can't do that. The value goes away. If you're going to bet on the Devils, you have to take them. You have to take them, and you have to maybe take them every game. Holistically. Watch the games and decide. But man, I think that Devils. Now, the Lightning stepped up against that Bruins in that 4-0 game, but the Bruins were resting players. The Bruins were much more concerned about being healthy going into the playoffs and then taking that first seed. And I totally understand it. Same thing the Pens do during the regular season.
All right, so what are you going to bet here? I think I might throw on the Devils team total over 2.5. You think it's going to be a lower scoring game? And do you think it's worth a shot? What the hell?
T-Dots here says, give me a break, Jimmy.
What?
Tampa's 4 lines deep. Great goalie. What goalie have you been watching, T-Dots? I just read out his save percentages. Did you not hear them? He had an .883 save percentage in March. Is that a great goalie, T-Dots? Or are you just a fucking fanboy of the Lightning? You're a fucking fanboy.
Oh, shit.
What are you saying, man? That's the dumbest shit I've... You're a fucking fanboy. You're wearing a Lightning jersey right now, fucking stroking it.
Ooh, Lordy, we are making high-quality
fanboy.
sports betting video content right here, baby.
Great goalie.
At Sportsbook Review.
Great goalie. Less than 900 save percentage over the fucking 2018 season. Great goalie.
Okay, so on that note, what picks are we going to give? What bets are we going to make on this game, Jim? Are we going to take the Devils? Are we going to take the Devils -1? Are we going to take the Devils over 2.5? Are we going to take the full game under? What are we going to do, Jimmy the Bag? Jimmy the Bag. What are we going to do? David Barraza says Vasilevsky gets lit up. Chat box exploding now with comments after Jimmy slammed the hell out of a commenter. There you go. There you go. Kevin K says, love Jimmy right now on fleek. That is a massive compliment. When someone tells you you're on fleek, that is a huge compliment. Everyone loving it. Baseball Bob, go Jimmy, go. Salty Dog 93, hilarious. Gerald Martinez laughing my ass off. David Barraza laughing my ass off. Mayless Payless way laughing my ass off. Hell yeah, Hill Country, LOL, predictions guy, oh lordy. All right, Scotty Rock forever. Holy shit, I'm dead. Okay, Jimmy the Bag, what picks would you like to make here? What picks would you like to make here on this game? Jimmy the Bag.
Well, I mean, obviously the value is on the Devils. But I think that the best play will be just to take the New Jersey team total over. Like Bart Nelson says, that's the best bet.
That was my first, when I was breaking this game down in the morning, you will be happy to hear, Jimmy. But, my NHL handicap is not too bad either. I said Devils team total over, just in case they lose 4-3, something like that. Right, Jim?
Yeah, I mean, exactly that. And then... Elio says, do I take the Devils to win the series? I think it's much better to take a holistic approach like Pete does with college basketball. To take the Devils every game with a smaller bet than you would do on the series, quite a bit smaller, and then decide if that's the right thing to do moving forward or stop. Because this Lightning team, I mean, 113, but we saw what they did in the first half of the season. They were the best team in the NHL.
Okay, well, I've made a decision. I am going to add on the New Jersey team total over 2.5 at the +101. That's the current line at Pinnacle. I also might throw on the New Jersey first period money line. And what do you think, Jimmy the Bag? You think you're going to?
I'm going to take that as well.
What are you going to take?
The New Jersey team total over 2.5.
Okay, Jim's going to take, but you're not going to take him on the money line, huh?
No.
New Jersey team total over 2.5 +101. That is the current line at Pinnacle +101. Interesting that you don't like just let me just see what the for New Jersey here. Alternative puck line. I mean, they might win 5-1. They might win that alternative puck line.
They're not going to win like that. I mean, the problem with the New Jersey offense is that although they're bigger, which is great, but Taylor Hall is just he's a one-man wrecking crew, sort of. The Devils are going to succeed on the power play. They have to get on the power play as much as possible. But from a matchup perspective, I just don't know which forward is going to. I think it's going to be Killorn, probably Killorn, but Hedman will be on the ice at all times, and Killorn will be shadowing him. That's the only way I see this working. So,
and what about New Jersey first period, Jim? You think the edge is going to come earlier or later?
Yeah, we need to see. I need to see the flow. I need to watch this right now. But all the pressure's on the Lightning. The Devils are a dangerous group.
Pressure's on the Lightning, huh?
Oh, for sure. Devils are playing with the house's money.
All right, I'm going to take it. I'm going to take New Jersey first period. I'm going to take it right now. New Jersey first period plus 160 at Intertops. What the hell? If it loses, fine. If it loses, fine. But I'll take it. I'm going to take it. New Jersey first period plus 160. New Jersey team total over 2.5 plus 101. Jim being conservative and solid and confident. New Jersey team total over 2.5 which plus 101, which is really what I should be doing as well. But I'm going to double up on this one. New Jersey plus 160 on the first period. And okay, how about Toronto-Boston, Jimmy the Bag? I'm feeling vaguely the same way about Toronto, getting a little bit disrespected here. I was leaning under at 6, and I was also thinking about taking, Toronto maybe on the first period plus a half goal at minus 175. What do you think, Jim?
Well, first off, I think the Bruins are maybe, I've got the Pens to win the Cup. I like the Predators. The Bruins are the scariest team, I think, in the league towards either of those things happen. Like the Bruins, I could easily see the Bruins winning the Stanley Cup and making it to the Stanley Cup. You just can't, if you hedge yourself to death, you just make no money when you succeed. Also, I was in Vegas 35 friends in 2013 when the Leafs were up 4-1 in Game 7. And Nazem Kadri made it 4-1, and he's been telling the team about what it means to him to get this opportunity to play the Bruins. The Leafs are the most dangerous underdog of any of these matchups. But they're going against a team that is so strong with so much depth and so much size. I mean, it's just so. I wish these teams didn't have to match up. Rask 30 and 23 with a 2.12 goals against average, 928 save percentage in the playoffs in his lifetime. He's dominated the Leafs in his career, 16-7-2 with a 2.14 goals against average. Frederik Andersen struggled all of March, and that's why I'm uncomfortable backing the Leafs, and I just really can't. He's just not showing that he can. And he's got a ton of pressure. I mean, this is the center of the hockey universe, is Toronto. He's also owned the Bruins throughout his career, 10-1-0 against the Bruins. Part of that was when he was with the Ducks. Yeah, special young Leaf squad, man. Austin Matthews, electric. They believe in themselves. They have a nice mix of size and skill and youth and veterans. But now the Bruins are almost fully healthy. Just Riley Nash is out of the lineup. They're the deepest team in the playoffs. They're so deep that Ryan Donato, who came out of the Star from college, who got 9 points, 12 games, is a healthy scratch in Game 1. This is an extremely, extremely difficult game to figure out, to pick a side here. I'm just going to watch.
Okay, Michael Delzidi asking, why is the Bag so angry? LOL. The guy fucking said Vasilevsky's an elite goalie. The guy said Vasilevsky's an elite goalie. What's up, right? Right, Jim?
He says Vasilevsky's a great goalie. I mean, yeah, it's just that the days change. The calendars move on. I mean, if this was December 31st, 2017, I'd say, yes, you're right.
The guy comes into chat and fucking says Vasilevsky's an elite goalie. That's why Jim's angry, Michael Delzidi, okay? All right, so no play for you on the okay, all right, okay.
No play for me there.
Let's move on. We can't come back to it if we want to give a pick. Columbus, Washington. I did not give a pick, but I did give a bet. I did bet Washington -1, and that is also a strong lean for me right now. I'm just not 100% sure what to make of Columbus right now. Will they come here and continue to play well under Torts? After the trade and down the stretch, they were playing a lot better. They were almost like a different team, right? They acquired new players. They were scoring a lot better. They were winning, Jim. And how does that match up here against Washington? Also, you throw in the psychological factor of, Grubauer in goal. Washington also has a history of early exits from the playoffs. They don't want that to happen again. So they're going to be focused. They probably won't get caught. I got to be thinking Washington's the play here, right, Jim?
I think the fact that so many people are on the Jackets is just giving us value. I'm not saying the Jackets can't win this series, but Game 1 we're getting tremendous value on the Capitals.
Mm-hmm.
Everything you made, that was an excellent breakdown. Grubauer gets a start over Holtby. It's the right decision. Grubauer, win-loss record was not that great, 15-10-3, but 2.35 goals against average, 923 save percentage. He's only played 79 minutes of playoff hockey, but if you listen to him, he's ready for this opportunity. And if something goes wrong, you have Holtby right there. Bobrovsky looked great in the regular season, but this is the playoffs. And in the playoffs, he's 3-10 with a 3.63 goals against average and an 887 save percentage. You can't dismiss that. He's got to prove people. Now, he was great, 2.42, 921 save percentage, but will he be able to be great here? I don't know. I really don't know. He's 7-10-4 with a 3.02 goals against average, 900 save percentage against Washington. That would give me a cause for concern if I was back in the Jackets. Washington took 3 of 4 from Columbus this season, but the Jackets won the last meeting 5-1. Holtby was in goal for all 4 games, so they haven't even seen Grubauer. So they've had guys going over tape nonstop, the players don't know what to do with Grubauer. That's in Washington's favor. Capitals didn't win their 3rd straight President's Trophy, but they won the Met. They closed the season 8-2. Ovechkin had a huge year. Kuznetsov had 28 points in his last 18 games. John Carlson led all blue liners with 68 points. After having a lot of trouble scoring all year, Columbus exploded in the last 28 games. Led the league with 101 goals. Finished with a 10-2-2 streak. Panarin is a beast. Atkinson, 11 goals his last 11 games. Seth Jones and Zach Werenski are incredible young defensemen, especially Seth Jones. Washington has a huge edge in special teams. And that is such a big issue in the playoff series. They have the 15th ranked penalty kill and the 7th ranked power play. Columbus has a 25th ranked power play and a 26th ranked penalty kill. I blame Tortorella for bad coaching in that. Capitals are 28-11-2 at home. I just think that there are huge value on the Caps, and I'm on Caps -1.5.
Okay, there you go. Jim's going to take Washington. Puck line. The best line right now will be +205. I definitely bet this one myself. In the morning show, I said that it was a very strong lean. I was just going to hold off until giving it as an official play publicly to the evening show, and I will throw that one on. Washington -1. The money line part of that -145. The puck line part of that +205. So that's a nice little underdog line there at -1. Jim's taking the puck line at +205. +205. And that is at Pinnacle and that's at a few other places. Jim's going to take Washington on the puck line, and we're both vaguely leaning under on this one. What would you say, Jim, to a play on the Columbus team total over? Right, because a little bit of props, Jim. I did have the Minnesota team total under. That was a very nice call, right? That one cashed, a little bit close, but that one cashed. Yeah. What would you say to a Columbus team total under play, Jim?
What do you get? What's the line on it?
I'm sure you'd get roughly about what you got on Minnesota last night. Probably be, I'm guessing, 2.5 -110. Let me just check quickly.
I like the bet, but when you expect the hottest offense in the league over the last 28 games to not score,
right. Very different from taking a Minnesota team.
Yeah, it's just dangerous.
It would be 2.5 -112.
It's just dangerous.
Yes.
I lean towards it.
Yes.
But I'm not. I wouldn't put money on it. I lean towards that play. I just these offenses. I think it'll be much tighter. I think the playoffs will be tighter. But I just don't feel comfortable putting my money on against a team that just completely lit up. Cam Atkinson's a huge difference maker. Him flying with Panarin too. The Jackets have big forwards. I think the ice will get clogged in this series, and special teams will become that much more important. And that's why I really like the Caps here.
So many comments coming in, but just when I went to the comment section, the first thing I'm thinking is Mr. Gogster 99. Yeah, I'm not with that Caps play, buddy. Not with
Mr. Gogster, nice. Mr. Gogster, man, he's a great hockey handicapper, and I'm so thankful there's guys like Mr. Gogster, or I wouldn't be getting this value. I hope there's more Gogsters out there because I'm getting +205 with a team that won 8 of the last 10 games at home, who's been there and only has one team that seems to stop them. I think there's a ton of value here. I couldn't pass up the value.
All right, so many awesome comments coming in. I can't even go back and scan them all. I'll try to get to as many as I possibly can after we're done handicapping NHL. But now let's move on to Colorado. Jimmy the Bag, I took the Colorado team total under. I bet it. I got -145. That's moved at least 20 cents since the last time I checked. I gave it in the morning show at -150. And last time I checked, it was -165. It's probably worse. I gave Colorado team total under 2.5. Bet it at -145. I think Colorado's going to have a hard time getting to 3 here. And I did also take Nashville -1, despite the fact that it is a big line, only -180 or -179. So, if Nashville wins by more than 1, I get a unit. If they win by just 1, it pushes. And if Colorado wins, which I think would be a huge shock, fine, I'll eat 1.8 units of loss.
Yes, I'm on the Predators puck line as well. Avalanche showed a ton of heart this year, but they're in big trouble here. Nashville's beaten the Avs 10 straight times. Now, there's always a big upset in the playoffs, as we saw last year with these Predators. The fact that the Predators were the team that delivered the big upset gives me even more confidence that they won't allow it this year. They've been talking about it. They outscored the Avalanche 17-8 in 4 wins this season. The Preds have so much depth at forward, and arguably, but pretty soundly, the best 1 through 4 defense core in the league. If Varlamov was in goal for the Avalanche, we could look at it differently. But Bernier's a big question mark. In his career, he's okay in the playoffs, but these Preds remember lighting them up. And I don't know if you guys remember Game 6. He came in for the Ducks. He got lit up instantly, and then they just played defensive dump and chase hockey. They scored 4 goals on 16 shots against them. In 20 games versus the Avs, the Avs have no answer for Philip Forsberg. He's got 13 goals in 20 games, 24 points. The Avs are a one-line team. Now, it's an excellent line. But you can't win in this league with a one-line team.
Yes.
We saw that with the Flames this year. Now, this is a tougher line to play against than the Flames line, because the Flames really only have 2 stars on that line, and the Avs have 3, and they're big boys. But Pekka Rinne, Vezina type year, 42, 13, and 4. The Avalanche are in a really tough spot. And Alan Action's right. I love the Preds, but price is too high, and he's not taking the puck line. I am taking the puck line. And the Avalanche are a tough team, showed a lot of heart, but they're in tough here.
Okay, Jim's going to take the Nashville puck line. Best line right now, +110. Oh, the Greek has +110. We'll give you that one. Nashville puck line, +110. And I did take Nashville -1. And again, I also took the Colorado team total over. I also bet the under 6 at -118. It's now 5.5 -118 market wide. I think I'll ride with that one.
That was a great find. Getting the 6 was very key.
Thank you very much, Jimmy the Bag. A lot of great comments coming in. And let's just quickly. Oh, but before we get to San Jose Anaheim, I just want to ask you one question. What do you think about Washington team total over 2.5 -153? How good is Bobrovsky? How much is he likely to shut these guys down?
Well, I really think we need to take that holistic approach that you talk about, because Bobrovsky's done nothing in the playoffs. He's been terrible. Now, will he step up? I mean, we just need to see. If he starts getting touched, he's going to get touched for the rest of the series, I think. So I feel like he had a great season. And there's no reason, I mean, we shouldn't expect him just to flounder because that's been his past. This seems to be a more experienced Jackets team. And -153 is just too risky.
Is this going to be a really tight game, or is Washington going to have their opportunities to put up some goals and get them?
I think that the Jackets are going to clog everything and play dump and chase, almost the trap style. I think Tortorella is going to be very concerned about giving the Capitals any space whatsoever.
So you think like a 2-0 win by the Caps is entirely possible?
I do. I think a lower scoring game is entirely. But now I heard the Ice guys like the over, and they're sharp hockey minds. But I feel like if I know Tortorella right, he's going to clog. He's going to want to clog everything.
All right, and now let's move on to San Jose Anaheim. This is obviously a very tricky one. Anaheim closed the season playing great. San Jose closed the season playing terribly. I did give the first period under 1.5 -129 as one pick that I did give. Obviously, these two teams during the regular season played very, very close games, very tight games. Also leaning to San Jose on the second period here. Jim, what do you want to give here, Jim, if anything?
Interesting. I do want to bet on the Ducks for sure. I just want to mention White Guy Video Game says, Jimmy the Bag, thoughts on Rinne getting a shutout at +900 on Bovada. Way
That's
too much value.
Possible.
Oh,
wow.
+900. Wow. I think White Guy Video Games.
Wow.
Not to put a small amount on it, but that's an excellent find and a really exciting bet. Obviously, we could lose it 5 minutes in, but it's a really exciting find.
900.
Plus 900.
That's entirely possible.
That's a very, very exciting find. I think
Steve Heritage as a prop like that while you discuss this game, Jimmy the Bag.
That's really exciting. And then White Guy Video Game says, look at Columbus record on the road. Awful. Yeah. Yes, I'm on the Ducks in a big way. And the problem with the way I've been betting the teams that I like is I've been taking them all on the puck line, and that's a tricky thing to do with this series because it's just going to be so tight. I mean, the over-under is at 5, and there's a reason it's there. And I was humming and hawing how to make this bet all day. And even though all year I wasn't doing anything worse than minus 130, I'm going to have to here and just take the Ducks on the money line. I will take the Ducks probably in every game this series. Anaheim finished on a 10-1-1 run. Sharks entered the playoffs 1-4-1. Now, they were dealing with some injuries that they've got back, and Kane being a big part of that. But the Sharks went 3-0-1 versus the Ducks in the regular season, 3 games going to shootout. DeBoer said that he's very worried, obviously, about this Ducks team. This is out of his own. They had 101 points. That was without Getzlaf, without Kessler for big parts of the season. So he sees them as probably a 110-point team at the end of the day, and he's right. The Ducks handled adversity exceptionally well, and they're still going to have to handle it because Cam Fowler's going to miss most likely the whole first round with a shoulder injury. Gibson's been dealing with injuries all year. He says he's good to go. Miller's been an excellent backup this year, and he's likely going to have to come in. Raquel came up and scored 34 goals. Getzlaf appeared in only 56 games, but he scored, 61 points, 11 goals, 50 assists. Mm-hmm. He's been a beast all playoffs long, or all career long in the playoffs, 118 points, 121 games. See, what Getzlaf can do is he can physically impose his will on you when he's not scoring. Mm-hmm. And the Sharks handled the loss of Joe Thornton very well. It's been said he'll be back at some point in the series. If I was to predict, I would say Game 3 in San Jose. San Jose led by Brent Burns, who overcame a slow start. He's great. Little Joe stepped up after Big Joe left. Couture's always playing well. Kane was a big pickup, and he's ready to go. I really feel like this is just going to be such a tight series with tons of one-goal games. If you were picking the winning score, I mean, I could see value in that as well. It might be something we can do moving forward, like a Ducks 3-2 win. But I'm gonna take the Ducks on the money line and hope I get better than minus 140.
Anaheim money line. Let me find it. Anaheim money line. Best line right now will be minus 134. Minus 134. Jimmy the Bag likes Anaheim money line minus 134. I took the first period under at 1.5 at minus 129. And San Jose has been a notably good second period team, Jim. I was thinking about taking. I did bet it. I took San Jose second period at plus 105. You think Anaheim might stumble a little bit in the second period? They're a very undisciplined team. A lot of penalties. That could show up in the second period. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of penalties. They're a tough team, and they play on with an edge.
You think they're going to get whistled in the first period or the second period, Jim?
That's a really tough question to answer. But yes, they look at Kessler is one of the biggest assholes in the sport.
Yeah,
and I know that.
Huge
well,
asshole, huh?
Oh man, I know that well. I think we talked a bit about it, but like I have a buddy who was a waiter at the Keg in Vancouver, and Kesslers, they would go as a family and eat there, and nobody would say one word.
Really?
Through the entire meal.
Wow, that's intense.
We knew, and I don't want to talk, but we knew what Kessler was doing, at night. And I'm not going to get into that stuff. But,
all right, okay.
It was, he's just. We're happy that we got rid of him. We just got no value back for him.
Right.
But this is a mean team with size, and the only problem is they don't have Fowler, and that hurts their defense. I mean, they made that trade. They made that trade when they were decimated with injuries for the Henrique trade because they had so much depth on defense. But you lose one key top 4 defenseman, and then you lose Fowler, and next thing you know, now Josh Manson has stepped up in a huge way. He's a great young defenseman, but I just think that the Ducks do play with an edge, and the Sharks. I think the Sharks are vulnerable in this series, but I've counted the Sharks out at times, and they've come back. And I thought the Sharks were going to win the Stanley Cup the year they were up 3-0 on the Kings. And I predicted them to win the Cup. They were up 3-0 on the Kings, and I was like, they're going to take care of everything. And then the Kings won 4 straight. This is a very tight series.
Okay, I will go with San Jose on the second period at plus 105. That's the current line at Heritage. San Jose Sharks second period plus 105. Jim's going to take Anaheim money line minus 134, and Anaheim on the first period might be worth a shot as well. What do you think about that, Jim?
Yeah, I'm not going to double up. I think that the key in this playoff series for us to succeed is to be patient and think about how Pete bets college basketball.
Yes.
Use the way he bets college basketball is how we're going to handle these series. Watch closely and get comfortable with the flow. I really think us as working as a group can really take advantage of these playoffs and get paid.
Okay, Jimmy the Bag. I'm on San Jose second period plus 105. Jim's on Anaheim money line minus 134. Ton of comments that I wish I could have gotten to, but just comments crashing, tumbling in here. Let me just do a quick save here, and then let's review, shall we? Let me review all the and also I did note in the comments section that Native Queen's first inning plays in MLB are winners again today. Not sweeping the board, but she's 4-2 so far in her first period picks. With first inning picks, unbelievable.
So many of you guys, and it's not just Native Queen whom we love, but so many of you guys had such a wonderful element to our show, and we're so thankful to have you guys riding with us.
Okay, so once again, Jim has added New Jersey team total over 2.5 plus 101, Washington puck line plus 205, and Anaheim money line minus 134, and Nashville puck line plus 110. And that's it, right, Jimmy the Bag?
That's it.
And I have added, in addition to all my plays in the morning show, New Jersey first period money line plus 160, New Jersey team total over 2.5 plus 101, San Jose second period money line plus 105, and Washington minus 1. And also in the morning show, of course, I gave the first period under in the San Jose game. I gave Colorado team total under. I gave Nashville minus 1, and that's it. And that's it.
Wow, Bill Butlicker coming in saying, "Don't overthink it, folks. Take all the home teams." Yeah, I'm not sure. Zach Kenkel is on the Capitals under 5.5 as well. Yeah, I'm so excited about this playoff series working together, or this playoff experience working together with everyone. I think we're going to find angles, and it's starting right now. I'm so excited.
All right, that was one hell of a breakdown. I'm just going to do one quick scan of comments, and then we'll talk a little bit about the NBA playoff matchups and the odds that I'm sure are out. Darcy Tretien says, "Great stuff today, Loshak in the bag. Thanks to Tony Soprano for his good advice." Thank you so much for that great comment, Darcy Tretien. Lady A says, "If you don't love this show, you need serious help." Awesome comment. High five, Jim. I don't want to get whatever. I don't want to get it. I don't want to get whatever the hell you. Except for your fucking NHL advice and NHL analysis. I'd love to catch a little bit of that, and I think I have. I have caught a little bit of that.
Oh, Scotty Rock saying must be mad at me. Scotty, I love you so much, man.
Yes.
Man, we're gonna ride forever. Sorry, I'm just fucking something's wrong.
This is just a little bit of intense. It's
something's wrong on my insides, and this is a big deal. These, but I love Scotty Rock. I got you forever, homie.
All right, a lot of comments coming in. King Rail says that same passion and intensity that Jimmy has for NHL playoffs, I have the same for the NBA, and also so did Michael Jordan have it when he was playing basketball. So did Sandy Koufax when he was pitching. All the greats have that passion and intensity, and you know who else has that passion and intensity? Jimmy the Bag and King Rail. Jimmy the Bag for NHL, King Rail for NBA, and me for jokes. All right, what else do we have here? Jimmy the Bag. Let's see what else the hell do we have here going on. Just comments going comments going over these comments. Just crazy comments all on it. A lot of people like it. A lot of people liking the Ducks. Scotty Rock Forever likes it. Mohamed Joma likes it. Everyone liking the Ducks money line. Okay, great. Gibson's back finally. David Barraza says this San Jose game is the toughest tonight. I have two plays: San Jose second period and the first period under. We'll see how it turns out. I'm just scanning all these comments here. Let's see, scanning all these comments here. I don't even know. So many comments. I don't even know where to start. All right, let's just go on to NBA. That this is even more exciting, Jim, or as exciting. NBA playoff odds are out. Let me do a quick save of comments, and then I'll bring up the playoff odds at Pinnacle. Jimmy the Bag, there we go, and there we go. All right, let's bring up the playoff odds at Pinnacle. Now, of course, NBA playoff odds are a lot different from or very different from NHL playoff odds because the favorites tend to be much stronger in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? You see a lot more huge round one favorites in the NBA than you do in the NHL, right, Jim?
Sorry, say that again.
In the NBA, the favorite lines to win the series are much bigger. Like the 1-8 matchups. In NHL, the 8 has a much better chance of actually winning the series than in the NBA. All right, let me just pull it up here. NBA. Let me see where I can find it. Here we go. I'm here at Pinnacle. All right, here we go. Basketball, NBA. Let's see what we got here. This is just opening thoughts. Obviously, if you want to add any picks here, Jim, you certainly can. But this is just opening thoughts. Let's see, what do we have here? Okay, we have the Spurs against the Warriors. Obviously, Warriors a massive favorite there, minus 936. Toronto against the Wizards. Toronto minus 600. Wizards about 452. Miami, Philly. Philly minus 449. Miami plus 353. Does Miami have a chance to win that series, Jim?
What I saw from the Sixers down the stretch was
unbelievable, right?
Absolutely. There's no reason for people. I've heard people saying they could win the East, and there's no reason not to think that.
Portland is minus 210. Pelicans plus 180. Wow. That's certainly an interesting. Wow. Portland getting a little bit, I don't know.
What was that again exactly?
210. Minus 210. Shouldn't Portland be? I mean, Pelicans could win, but I don't know if feels
the
like
Pelicans can't beat the Blazers.
Yeah. Minus 210? That seemed a little bit low to you, Jim?
Watching the Blazers defeat the Jazz was really impressive there. And King Rail has been saying it all along.
The Cavs to win the East, plus 145. The Cavs not to win the East, minus 170. Who can beat the Cavs, Jim?
Just the Raptors and the Sixers.
The Sixers to win the East, plus 438.
Wow, that's value.
Raptors to win the East, plus 155. Cavs just a tiny favorite over the Raptors. Raptors plus 155. Cavs plus 145. Sixers plus 438.
The East has not been so vulnerable. Every year we always know LeBron's going to come out, and not this year.
Meantime, Warriors to win the West, yes, plus 103, no, minus 120. Rockets to win the West, yes, plus 111, no, minus 130.
I went over my Rockets bet, and I thought I got more. I'm a plus 700 on the Rockets to win the championship. For some reason, I thought it was higher than that. I thought. But yeah, I'm in good shape there.
So yeah, that obviously is a two-horse race in the West. Warriors slight favorite right now, plus 103.
I wonder what Scotty Rock thinks. He's going to Saturday night's game against the Spurs. Scotty, he loves them. Do you think they're a slam dunk? Because
who?
The Warriors.
Well, not according to the market. According to the market, it's almost dead even here, Jim.
I think they're in trouble. I mean, now we've seen some teams turn it on, the Cavs being one of them. I love this. This is the most exciting the NBA playoffs have been in a few years because there's question marks.
Yes. Jim, you said you loved Boston in the game one at minus 3.5, minus 115. You love it, right? Just to win the series, minus 158.
Oh, give me that immediately.
Are you sure, Jim?
Give me that immediately.
You are? You want it immediately?
Yes, immediately.
Right this second?
Yes.
I'm writing it down.
Please do.
All right. Boston to win the series, minus 158. That's the current line at Pinnacle. Boston series, minus 158. That is the current line at Pinnacle.
No, yeah, they're a mess and they're hurt and all that stuff. But come on, the Bucks. The Bucks are terrible. The Bucks are terrible. Prunty's a bad coach. His rotations are bad. They have no paint presence. They ask Antetokounmpo to do way too much. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm just quickly checking to see what to see if maybe I mean, I guarantee you if you want to check Bet365 or some other places, you can probably get a better line than this. That's just what Pinnacle has right here, minus 158. But you can probably get a better line somewhere. I'm just checking very quickly. So let's just quickly check and see what we can give you at Heritage. Let's see the Celtics. Yeah, already at Heritage, minus 155. We're going to give you that one, Jim.
Okay, let's see what I get here.
Give you that one. Line chopping, very important in futures odds. Now we're going to give Jim minus 155 on the Bucks line.
Minus 160 at Bet365.
All right, let's see. What else do we have? Pacers and Cavs. Cavs minus 630 to beat the Pacers. OKC minus 132 to beat the Jazz. That's an interesting series matchup. And then Houston minus 2,000 over the Timberwolves.
Oh, that's exciting. That's exciting. What do you think? Wow, that's exciting. Do you think that the Jazz?
Seems like the Jazz might be the play there.
Doesn't it?
I don't know. That's my first thought, Jim.
That's my first thought immediately. I mean, I'm going to have to take some more time, but I think the Jazz. But I mean, these guys like Paul George step up in big spots. But yeah, just my first thought, and I'm going to take more time, is my first thought is that's a lot of value with this Utah Jazz team. Was just unbelievable down the stretch.
Jeffrey Hernandez likes the Sixers in 6 games. And, of course, tomorrow we should have specific series outcomes. So if you want to make a play like that, you can get big underdog odds on those kinds of plays as well. Jeffrey Hernandez likes the Sixers in 6 games. Let's see. King Rail, the Celtics-Bucks series goes 7. predicting that series goes 7.
I'd be shocked. Now, I mean, I put one of the biggest bets of my life on the Raptors to beat the Bucks. In the playoffs first round last year. I just don't see this team having what you need to succeed in the playoffs.
Gerald Martinez, Dubs haven't been in sync for a while. Justin Searcy, Warriors in big trouble. Wow. Alan Action, of course. Yes, the Cavs will always get the calls as long as Bron is there, and in the playoffs, that is obviously a huge factor in general and in specific instances as well.
Alan Action says, Jazz is as hot as anybody, but Westbrook denies them. And then right underneath, Jeffrey Hernandez says Jazz will beat OKC.
Jay Peach predicts Cavs win the East, Rockets win the West, and Rockets win the strap.
Ooh, that would be so good. That would be so good for me.
Yeah, Jimmy the Bag, you predict you called the Rockets.
Oh, big.
And what I can't remember. Did you bet them? But did you make an official pick on our shows?
No, not on our shows.
Oh man,
we haven't been doing that. But I mean, I tweeted it out. As one of my bets and stuff like that.
And what did you get? You got 700.
I got plus 700. Yeah, and I think I only put $200 on it. And and I did. I gotta double check the tweet. Because when I sent it in personally, I also took the conference to win the West too. And looking back at it, that was a mistake. I think. I think that in the NHL, I like doing that because there's more parity. But I still think whoever comes out of the West is going to win the whole thing.
Well, if you got a plus 700 on the Rockets to win the title, that is a great fucking line you got there. I'm sure now it'd be about I guess plus like 200 or something like that, right, Jim?
Yeah, why don't we see right now?
Wow, I'm not seeing anything. Pinnacle doesn't seem to have to win the championship.
Plus 160.
Plus 160. Where's that?
Bet 365.
Wow, you bet it at plus 700 and you got it at plus 160.
It's plus 160.
Wow, and you could probably hedge out the no at like minus 180 or minus 200 or something like that.
I can.
Wow.
I can. I think that the best way to head. I mean, again, like I love with this playoff series, and now that Pete and I, is our first 6 months, 7 months together, and but I'll start making futures a bigger thing.
Sure.
And then Elio says you did make it official, Jimmy. Yeah, I did.
Did you make it in the show though? You gave it as an official.
Oh no,
right.
No, we didn't.
And everyone was laughing at you.
Oh my God!
Everyone was laughing at you, and thankfully I do save the comments every show, so I can go back and find those comments and quote people who laughed their asses off at Jimmy the Bag. I don't remember exactly which show you gave that in, though. That's going to be the problem.
No problem. I'll give you the exact date because I tweeted out. I made the bet and then talked about it on the show. So I'll give you
shit. Jim's going to give me the exact date. I'm going to go back and find all the comments that I do save every day and find some gems. People laughing their ass off at Jim for taking Washington at plus 700 and now plus 160. So even if it loses, Jim has pretty much already won. Although you don't want to be one of those guys where the bet loses, then you're like, well, I could have hedged out, although I didn't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Triple Beam says some say hedging is for landscapers. I've never heard that before.
Very, very nice. Wow, Jimmy the Bag. People were laughing their asses off at him for saying the Celtics were going to win the championship.
Well, interesting. White Guy Video Games has a really nice point there about Mbah Moute. Says the injury is very underrated. Said, now he's only hopefully going to be out for the first round, but he says expect overs. That's interesting.
All right, so Jimmy the Bag. Jim did give the Boston series at minus 155. That's the best line we found for him at Heritage. Anything else you want to mention in any of these opening round series, Jim? I guess we're in agreement that Portland seems like they're getting maybe a little bit not disrespect because of the favorite. But
how do you make money off a minus 210?
No, you bet it. You bet it. $210 to win 100. If they win the series, bam, you just won $100, Jim.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess you're right. I mean,
yeah. That's how it's done, Jimmy the Bag. That's how it's done, motherfucker. All right, let's see. What else do we have here? Yeah, and I guess the Sixers, maybe the Sixers to win the East at plus 450 or whatever it was that I quoted there, Jim.
Oh, man, Lee Davis contacted me months ago, and he said, and I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful because I thought I screwed him because he said, who do you think is going to be in the NBA final? And this was a couple months ago, 3 months before, whatever, because he was showing me all the odds that he was getting. And I said, I think it'll be Rockets Celtics. And we looked at what the number is, and now obviously without Kyrie, but he did lock in Rockets Raptors finals at plus 1450.
Wow!
And I'm so thankful, Lee. Lee, I thought when Irving got hurt, you were the first person I thought about. I was like, oh no. Did I fuck Lee Davis when he was gonna get fucking paid? But
You really think that the Rockets are? I mean, the Raptors are have that good of a chance to make the finals? You think so, Jim?
I do. I really do. And the reason why is just because of the vividness bias that we all have of the Raptors choking. But, you know, you learn from choking and you learn from choking. And these guys, they're not to be messed with this year. I mean, they're so deep.
You think so?
Oh, man. Now, I'm telling you what, I think we can beat the Cavs in the series. But I'm extremely concerned about the Sixers right now.
I mean, definitely, if I had to make a bet on one of these lines to win the East, I would definitely, and he gave me a free bet, definitely I would take the Sixers at plus 438. If you had to take either one, if we gave you a free bet, you can either have the Cavs to win the East at plus 145 or the Raptors to win the East at plus 155. Free bet, which would you choose, Jim?
So the Cavs are plus
145 to win the East. Raptors plus 155 to win the East.
The Cavs have more value there.
Right, I mean, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. The Cavs clearly have more value. The Cavs, the Raptors, it should be an upset that you get richly rewarded for by taking the Raptors. It shouldn't be see, Jeffrey Hernandez says LeBron's going to the finals. You should get rewarded in a big way for the Raptors.
That's what I was thinking. If you're talking about value of those three teams, number one would be the Sixers, I think. Number two would be the Cavs, and definitely the Raptors at plus 155 would not be
value. You're absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more.
Yeah. All right, let's see. What else we want to say? Do we want to wrap this shit up? We're going a little bit over, but it's been a great fun show.
I love Elio Rodriguez so much. Talking about he remembers me betting it, and then he says, "Dude, I've been watching this show since September. It's so nice to have these guys running with us every day, and I love Elio. So it was his birthday yesterday. I hope you had a wonderful day, man." King
Rail says, "I'm glad you believe the Raps can beat the Cavs, Jim, because the Raptors don't even believe they can beat the Cavs."
See, I don't think so this year, King. I really don't. I think you learn from these experiences, and that's why we didn't break down the team.
Michael Delzini, I caught that. Nice joke there. Little bit blue, so I'm not going to read it out loud. But you can read it. You can go to the chat box and read it if you want. Funny joke, Michael Delzini.
I don't think that we're afraid, and especially this Cavaliers team. So I just think that this Cavaliers team, we all know. Don't we all know they're vulnerable?
They certainly accept. I mean, look, Jim, my only concern is what does the NBA want? What the NBA wants is what it gets, and I'd have to look into it. Does the NBA definitely want LeBron in the finals? Because if they do, they're probably going to get it. You know what I'm saying, Jim?
I hate that stuff. But yes, and of course, nobody wants a Canadian team in the NBA Finals because the fucking viewership's going to drop.
Exactly. And so in the middle of the regular season, their vulnerability might show, but they're not getting calls from the top, from the tippy top, telling the fucking refs that if they care about their job, they better do the right thing. They know what the right thing is when LeBron's involved. You know what I'm saying, Jim? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I hear you, and that's very worrisome. Randy H says LBJ plus 145 to win the East twice on Sundays. Yeah, you're getting a ton of value there. I'm certain that I bet you that line's not available by the start of the playoffs.
Tuvin Gansam says the Sixers are plus 500 on Bet365. Man, I mean, you could just bet them and then hedge it out. If it goes to the or you could just bet them to minus 450 to beat the Heat. All right, Jim. Tomorrow there's going to be a lot more odds for the series. Obviously the odds to win the championship are going to be out tomorrow, and the specific results for each series should be out. Those are also very interesting, Jim. I find that those are actually more interesting in the NBA. A little bit more predictable if you have a good read on both teams. So there can be great dog value on specific series outcomes. We'll analyze those tomorrow, starting at 12 o'clock Eastern Time.